Well, good morning and welcome to the Breastplate Prayer Devotional. I am your host, Bishop Larry Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, we're standing in front of the veil in the tent of meetings. We're trying to we're trying to get behind the veil, but the veil has so much that we need to talk about that it still will be a while, I think, before we really get behind the veil. But I'm trying to get behind the veil so that you can understand. We haven't even talked about what happened on the cross with the veil. We will, because this is very important. Even before we go behind it, I want you to know that. So, we've already discussed, ladies and gentlemen, we've already discussed a lot concerning this veil, but it is a place of life. Jesus again said in St. John chapter 14, verse 6, he says, what? I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. Okay, no man comes to the Father except by me. He is that way. He's the way. He's the gate. We know about the tabernacle that the gate is the way. He also said, I am I'm the truth. The door represents the truth. And then the veil represents the life. Okay, we also found out, okay, that each of these places, these hangings, each of these entry places have the same colors in it: blue, purple, red, and white. We know what they stand for now. Again, let's just, for some, maybe say, I don't know what they stand for, and I don't want to go all the way back and learn it, but blue, purple, red, and white, and that's the fine linen. This time, in the front of the veil, though, it is gold embroidered cherubims. And we found out that they are the protector of life. They're protector of the throne of God, but they also protector of life because God put them there at the front entrance of the garden. Excuse me, so that they could protect the tree of life, so that Adam and Eve would not go back and eat the tree of life and live forever in their sin. Now we find them again right there in front of the throne, if you will, the mercy seat, the throne of God, the Ark of the Covenant, which represents all that's representing the throne of God. They are there for the place of life where we are trying to get to. Another thing that is important to understand for us as we move forward, as we've gone outside and came back inside, we're going to go back out there again and look around one more time. Watch this. Another thing that's important to understand is the physical dimensions of the three areas associated with the tabernacle. The three areas associated with the tabernacle, as we know, is the outer court. We know it is the holy place, and we know it is the holy of holies. Well, the outer court is very large in relationship to the other places. Is very large so that it can accommodate a lot of people. The priests, a lot of the priests could function out there. They could do all their service out there. You could bring the animals out there. You could do a lot out there. There are I shocked our congregation, and I may have shocked you when I went through it the first time. The women that are out there that are standing in front of the doorway they're serving at that place, serving the priests, but also protecting the presence of God, protecting that nobody else goes in. The women, these were women. And we find out also that Eli's sons, they actually defiled these women. That's who they defiled. That's who they laid with. These women that were at the door of the tabernacle. Okay, so that is amazing. So all of them out there, but all the tribes, all the people could come out there, bring their sacrifices and all of that kind of stuff, so you could mingle in and out. So it was like a big courtyard. Okay, and so that's where we get our words. Sometimes we think about it. So this is a courtyard. We made a courtyard. Well, that's the outer court, and so that's where we got all of that from. Now watch this, guys. The outer court is a very large place, but watch, the holy place is much smaller, and can accommodate the four priests. Which four priests? Aaron's three sons, okay, and himself, who went in on a regular basis to now eat of the table of showbread on the day of Sabbath. Now, so I put all four of them in there at the same time because on the Sabbath is when they go in there and eat of the table. But most of the time they're in there one at a time, just doing service unto the menorah or even unto the golden altar of incense. Okay, or the Kohites are taking in the bread so that it can be ever before the presence of God. All of that. So it's not a whole lot of priests in there, but it's not a room where you're going to have a lot of people in there anyway. So if you go from a bunch of folk in the outer court and you come now to about four people in the holy place, Now you come to the next place. We're standing in front of the veil, but behind the veil is the Holy of Holies. It's even smaller. It's only an accommodation for one priest. Okay, only one priest, and that is Aaron on the Day of Atonement. So what is it saying to us? The closer the priest got to God, the more narrow the place became. I want you to think about this now. The closer the priest got to God, the more narrow it came. Okay? Now watch. Listen what Jesus says. Jesus says something amazing in Matthew chapter 7, verse 14. He says, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth to life, and few there be that find it. Oh my. You see, he's using all these tabernacle references. We've been seeing these tabernacle references and not understanding fully sometimes what he's talking about. So Jesus is saying that even the place where, watch this, he is saying that even the place where everyone and anyone can enter is narrow. He says, straight is the gate and narrow is the way. Okay? The gate is the way. He says that place is even narrow. He said that place, it is, wow, listen, it is more narrow than the camps. Because the camps, outside of the tabernacle, everybody in the camps could not get into the tabernacle courtway and stay. Everybody, it's too many people. So this is a narrow way. This is a smaller way for them. But a person must come through the gate to get to life that is behind the veil. So he says, watch this, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth to life. Because you got to come into the gate in order to get to the veil. The priest got to come through the gate. He can't climb up over the fence. Okay? He has to come through the gate, go through the door to go into life. So Aaron on the Day of Atonement had to come through the gate. He was in front of the gate. His camp was in front of the gate, but he had to still go through the gate. He had to go through the door. He had to go past the veil into life. He says, listen to me close. And this is why I told you when we first started this teaching, you got to pay very close attention to what I'm saying. Because the body of Christ, I'm talking to the body of Christ. I'm not talking to the world. I'm talking to the body of Christ. And I believe that Jesus is talking to the church in this. I don't believe he's talking to the world. I don't believe, because anybody can find the gate. I think they can find Jesus. He's clearly found. But narrow is the way that leadeth to life. And narrow is the way that leadeth to life, and few there be that find it. And I believe he's talking to us, that it is few that find the way to life. Even being in the church, we don't get to life. Even being in the church, we don't live our lives or move behind the veil. Listen, you may pray down the house. You may pray down the house. You may stay in your word all the time. You may. And all that is good. All that is right. You're in the tabernacle. You're in there. Come on. You may be a full, complete worshiper of God. You may be doing all of that. That's not what he said, though. He says, get behind the veil. Few there be that find it. Each level, ladies and gentlemen, there were different requirements. So again, let's stay outside for a moment. Man, so much to tell you. Let's stay outside for a moment. Let's go back outside. Everybody could come to the brazen altar. Everyone came to the brazen altar because they could bring their gifts. So now the separation starts, though. After the brazen altar, that's the end for the people. Remember, but the priest only could wash. Only another set of priests, could go through the door. Only one priest can go behind the veil. And few there be that find it. When we get to the veil being rent, when you get to the veil being rent, you're going to understand, my Father, what's going on, man. This is serious. And few be there that find it. Now, even though I referenced the veil being rent, I still don't know how many of us are living in life. I don't know. I really don't. I challenge my own heart. I have challenged my own heart. Are you living in life, boy? Are you living in life? Okay? Or are you living in religion? Are you living, come on, in your knowing of Christianity? Are you living out of your soul area in your Christian experience more than out of your spirit area in your Christian experience? See? Come on, listen to this now. But a person must watch this now. So look, so get this. So get this. Listen, each section, we talked about this, becomes smaller, and that means it is speaking of losing options. It means no room for sin, habits, human error. Listen to me again. This means you lost options. There's no room for sin. There's no room for human error. There's no room. So herein should be our pursuit. Our pursuit should be here. This is what we should be going after. We should be pursuing God in this fashion. Okay? My time, I don't know where my time has been going since I've been starting this. It's like, man, somebody's just taking my time. I'm just going to tell you. You know, somebody said, keep going. No, I can't do that. But listen to me close, guys. Listen. Again, I'm imploring you. I'm pleading with you. Go purchase your Breastplate Prayer Journal. Say, oh, you just trying to sell me something. If that's what you think, don't ever look back at this again. Don't ever look back at me again, because I am not that person, guys. I'm just telling you, I'm not. But I know you're going to need this. And when I start talking about it and have it in my hand and telling you how to work through it and telling you how to use it because you're in the place of life, you're going to say, I need one of those. Yeah, you should have listened to me when I told you. Come on, just be those people that are obedient. All right. So look, go to my website, BishopLarryJackson.com. Order your Breastplate Prayer Journal today. I love you much. I'll see you soon. As you know, I told you I'm not moving. I'm gonna make sure that we get all this done. God bless you. Bye-bye.